What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video we dive into Noah Kahan, or Kahan. I'm gonna say Noah Kahan. We're diving into stick season. Now it feels a little bit more to me like allergy season right now, so I'm a little stuffy, but I'm really looking forward to this. I recently checked out Orange Juice, and holy shit, that was amazing. The response from you guys was really cool too, but that song, it gave me goosebumps, it gave me chills. It really has this beautiful storytelling aspect that I love so much. So I saw the comments, you guys really wanted me to do a full album, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the full album, and if you guys drop a like and we get 1,000 likes on this, which really isn't a lot, if we get 1,000 likes on this, I will do another video with just the deluxe version tracks, the extended version, because I saw a lot of people asking about that too. So we're gonna do the album itself, and then if you guys give me 1,000 likes, we're gonna do a bonus, like, you know, extra video. So I'm really looking forward to that. Before we get into today's video, I just want to plug my Patreon. My YouTube channel does not make any money, and that's okay. I am completely supported by my patrons, so I do a lot of exclusive content over there. I like to put these albums as full uncut album reactions over there, so I don't cut any songs out, I don't cut any of the music out. It's basically, I press record, we listen to the album together, I upload it over there, then I edit it for YouTube. So I have over 100, or I have like 99 or 100 album listening parties over there. Really cool. And then every album that I do, I always put up there. There's a lot of content. If you guys enjoy music and more of that intimate experience of sharing albums together, I have full discographies of bands and everything. It would mean a lot to me if you guys checked it out. It's only $3 to join. Links in the description. All those things out of the way. I'm excited to dive into this. He definitely gave me a little bit of that Mumford & Sons meets Taylor Swift's folklore era, so I'm really looking forward to this. This first track is Northern Attitude.
Breathing out, how you been? You settle down.
Oh.
Lose your wife. You settle in to routine. Where are you? What does it mean?
Oh yeah, dude. Again, I'm a huge fan of Mumford & Sons, so to hear that kind of style happening here is fucking so sick. Also, Noah kind of gives me Niall vibes a little bit, and the fact that Niall like really brings out that Irish accent from his, and it kind of like works really well with this like folksy side of things. I kind of love that Noah has that same thing going. It's sick. Ooh. Oh, fuck. I love how big that chorus sounds too. There's like so much going on in the dynamics there.
But scared to live, scared to die.
Okay, I love those lyrics. All alone later in life, you're scared to live and scared to die. This is such a fucking like real thing that people deal with. I feel like I'm struggling with that a lot lately, where it's like, you're afraid to like take risk and take chances to actually enjoy the life that you have. But on the flip side of it, you're so concerned with the fact that you're gonna die. And so it really is like the worst kind of limbo. You kind of feel like you're just stuck. You can't do the things you want to do because you're scared, right? But then you also are feeling like you're not being fulfilled because you're not doing the things that you want to do because you're afraid you're gonna die before you get to do them. It's fucking awful. Comes in so strong right there.
If the sun don't rise till the summertime.
Oh. Damn, that range that Noah has is amazing.
Forgive my northern attitude. Oh, I was raised out in the cold.
I kind of have my vibes about what I think this song is about, and I have little goosebumps. My beard is trying to grow through, just trying to look like Noah. So this kind of feels to me, and again, when it comes to an artist like Noah, obviously like really big in that singer-songwriter piece, there's a lot to take in when it comes to the lyrics. So I'm not always the best at analyzing those the first time I listen to them. It usually takes some time. But kind of what I got here is, I think Northern Attitude is symbolic, raised on little light, almost as if you're kind of like raised with almost a pessimistic outlook on life. Not saying that that's what he's saying. This is just my interpretation. Almost this idea that if you're raised on little light, idea being little bit of like brightness or hope or positivity in your life, you become very stuck in being just okay with kind of like living the same day over and over again, not necessarily like pushing the boundaries of what you could do. You kind of feel the negativity in everything that you do. Obviously people that like go a long time without being in the sunlight, that's very low in vitamin D, right? You're going to have that depression, that anxiety. And I know because I fucking have it, right? So there is something so big to that piece. At one point, he also said, after talking about being too scared to live, too scared to die, he also mentioned, so, you're just getting high and kicking rocks. The idea being, if you don't feel like you can do any of these things, you're numbing yourself with kind of like just things you can do to take your mind off the fact that you're not pushing that boundary. I could be completely wrong on that, but I do really enjoy that look because it is this idea that if you're living with only a little bit of light in your life, it's hard to have hope and positivity and hard to see what could be. So really great fucking track to start this off. I love the instrumentals in this. Okay, this next track is Stick Season.
Voice trailed off exactly as you passed my exit sign. Kept on driving straight and left our future to the right. Now I am stuck between my anger of Vermont, but it's the season of the sticks. And I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed, and it's half my fault, but I just like to play the victim. I'll drink.
Okay, so much to take in right there, but obviously this relationship fell apart, and I think I love what Noah says there, where I know that it's half my fault, but I like to play the victim. I think a lot of us do that when a relationship falls apart. It's so easy to say poor me and not, well, what the fuck did I do to put myself in this situation? But I love the intricate little details. Like, I went to see your mom and she forgot that I existed. Like, talk about like the absolute loss of a relationship. Like whenever the parents don't even remember you anymore, you know that it's just, it's so far gone. And it seems like Noah is obviously in his feelings about wanting to be in that relationship because he's playing the victim on, oh God, we're not together anymore. But also like, we're all part of what happens sometimes.
Dream each night of some version of you that I might not have, but I did not lose. Now you're tired.
I dreamed last night about a version of you that I did not have, but did not lose. The idea being, this person that you were like so infatuated with, it turns out that the person that you loved about them wasn't even really them there. So when the relationship is over, you're like stuck in this battle of like, oh, but she was so nice to me and was so perfect. But wait a minute. No, she wasn't. That's why the relationship's not together anymore.
I missed the way you laughed. You once called me forever. Now you still can't call me back.
Fuck.
And I love Vermont, but it's my friends come home for Christmas. And I'll dream each night of some version of you that
I love that. That note he goes into. I'm split in half, but that'll have to do. My other half was you.
Victim, I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas, and I'll dream.
Comes in so good right there.
Version of you that I might not have, but I did not lose.
So I kind of like that at the end, there's a more positive look at it. It's almost like in the beginning, obviously he's playing the victim. He's not seeing both sides of this. And then towards the end, he's starting to realize like, well, I'm the person that I have in my head that I lost. I never really had, because that's not who you were. So now that you're gone and I am split in two because you were my other half, I'm just going to have to realize that I'm going to have to move on without you, because there's a reason why this didn't work. And I love that even in just one track, you can hear the growth, like the character development of Noah from the beginning to the end of this. It's so strong because at the beginning, he's like, he's losing it. He's freaking out. The mom doesn't believe him. He's so like caught up in the fact that he lost this. But then at the end, he's like, hey, I got to look on the bright side about this, which I can't imagine. It's got to be hard to do with a northern attitude. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is All My Love. Oh, that drum.
My folks still talk, but they speak in these 2-word sentences. No winter coat could keep out all the cold of your atmosphere. Retrograde, we'd shake the frame of your car. Now I know your name, but not who you are. It's all okay. There ain't a drop of bad blood. It's all my love. You got all my love. I'm still out here.
So the idea here being that even though this relationship kind of ended, like Noah is not pushing any sort of narrative towards this person, not giving any sort of anger to them or anything. It's, hey, maybe this didn't work out, but that's okay. You still have all of my love. Like, I still care about you so much and love you so much, even though like this isn't happening anymore. Man, I love how he comes. Oh, it's so strong.
And at the end of it all, I just hope that your scars heal.
See, I love that too. Like, obviously in this, they were very much together. Like, there was a really strong relationship here. And you know that because when that relationship ends, you do go through the motions of anger and rage and sadness and all those things, but you get to a point where you're like, even with this ending, like, I hope your scars heal. I hope that this isn't like what defines you. And I think that is so strong. And I think a lot of people, I think that's what emotional maturity looks like as you get older and you start to like see that even though things don't work out, doesn't mean the other person is a bad person. They just are a person that maybe aren't for you.
There ain't a drop of bad blood. It's all my love. You got all my love. I'm still out here with the pills and the dogs. If you need me, dear, I'm the same as I was. It's all okay. Oh. And those 5 words in my head, you said I'll never let you
Oh,
go.
fuck.
Say retrograde. We shake the
That melody right there.
Now I know you're.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and add that to my playlist. What a fucking great song. So what I really like about this, couple of things. Again, just coming off of Stick season, I feel like it's that growth, right? I think it's really hard to have a relationship that is like very meaningful to you at some point. And then whenever you are able to get over it, whenever it ends, which is never fucking easy, unless someone does something just awful to you. But even then, the absence of somebody who was so important in your life at one point, it hurts no matter what they did to you. I think that's the thing that hurts the most, is like, you care about somebody so much and you don't want to have to feel bad that you're not together anymore because maybe they cheated on you or something, but Jesus, fuck, it hurts, right? And I love this because the growth is, after you go through those stages of grief of the relationship ending, you do get to a place where it's no bad blood. I've definitely got like an ex-girlfriend that I hated when we broke up. Like, it was so fucking miserable, and she's wonderful now, but she wasn't the best girlfriend at that time. And I remember all the heartbreak and sadness and all that stuff. And I'm in a place now where like, I'm rooting for her all the time. Like, good for you. You go, girl. Like, kill that shit. I have no ill feelings towards you at all. If anything, I look at you maybe as a friend. And I think that kind of growth for myself is what I see from Noah in this track as well. So love this. The melodies in this are incredible. I love the instrumentals of this. Oh, so good. So good. Okay, this is She Calls Me Back.
She calls me back.
Oh, that bass.
Look at me.
Oh, I haven't really noticed any bass in this yet. Not like this.
I could be your sacred, about at your edges. You lie awake, restless.
Oh my God.
Why am I so obsessive, hanging on to every sentence. This town just
I love the cadence he's using here, different from the tracks we've heard so far. I like to hear that there is a little bit of kind of like genre exploration, or like just changing things up. Like, we've had a kind of a similar sound throughout these songs, and now this ups the tempo, ups the cadence a little bit. Super cool to hear.
There's a bite at your edges. You lie awake, restless. Why am I so obsessive, hanging on to every sentence? I still dilate 229931667.
Oh my God. Wait, I just love how he fit that fucking phone number in here. I mean, the best one is always going to be Mike Jones, 281-330-8004, but I kind of feel like Noah gets close second with how he did this.
Sentence. This town's the same as you left it. Your page is blank, but I read it. I still dilate 229931667.
Oh.
Be back. Lost for a long time.
Woo!
Two parallel lines. Everything's alright when she
Dude, I'm just saying, like, if you've ever been in, I assume that a lot of people have at this point, but like, if you've ever been in a relationship like this, or where you were so invested into somebody, or somebody just made an impact on your life this hard, everything Noah is going through right now, you have fucking lived through. And I love to hear that displayed so eloquently on a fucking song. Oh, yeah. Like, this is an example of true infatuation for somebody, but almost to a point of it not being healthy. So it kind of seems to me like Noah's life can't go on. It can't exist. He can't sleep. He can't eat. He can't carry on with his life in a regular way until this person picks up the phone. And I can tell you from personal experience that my first real relationship in life, we dated for like a year and a half. Man, I know how Noah feels right now, because if I couldn't get a phone response, if I couldn't get like anybody, if I texted in the morning and then like I didn't hear back the entire day, dude, my stomach would be in knots. I wouldn't be able to function. And obviously that's not healthy, right? And I think Noah knows that too. Like, he's even saying like, I couldn't like cope with the fact of living life in your footsteps. But then she calls me back and I'm sucked right back in. This is such a hard place to be in. And Noah makes something so painful feel so beautiful in this. And I love him for that. And that melody, and just the way that he fits that phone number into this is fucking spot on. Good job, Noah. You and Mike Jones. That's what I'm saying. Come over.
Business of losing your interest in that.
I kind of just want to give Noah a hug and tell him that like it's gonna be okay. I feel like there's a lot of heartbreak that he's got from almost hanging on to another person, and I want to give him a hug because I've been there. I fucking get it. But damn.
Kinda look like it's crying. The eyes are the windows. The garage is the mouse when they mention.
What's that note?
Come over.
Oh my God.
I was taking the wrong meds. Feels good.
I kind of love what Noah just said, because Jesus, is that not my whole fucking existence? Taking the wrong meds. Bro, notes like that, come on.
My dad'll straight get rich, will be the big house on the block. Someday I'm gonna be somebody people want.
Holy shit. All of that, man, him just talking about like, please don't tell the other people at school. Like, obviously he lives in the sad house. It's got cobwebs. It's maybe not the nicest thing in the world. And, you know, trying to invite somebody to come over, but trying to like, almost like, hey, I promise it's not always going to be like this. Hey, this isn't really going to be like a defining moment of who I am. Like there's more to me than just this. Someday I'm going to be really important to people. And it's interesting because with that Northern Attitude song, I kind of got this idea of him being a little bit pessimistic, which rightfully so. You don't live with a lot of sun. That would kind of happen, right? And when I get to this song, it's almost like there is this hopefulness there, though, that he kind of saw that there would be more than just the sad house with the sad boy in it. You know what I mean?
When we got here, we'll be there when we leave.
Dude. He has a really magical way of breaking your heart and wanting to hug him, and also like you just want to thank him, like thank you for making these songs that fucking feel like I'm writing them in a way. I feel like a lot of this is all about like this song in particular, it's all sort of like metaphorical. Like it's not necessarily that his house is actually like sad, but you know, the windows in the garage and kind of the way everything looked, it looks like a sad house, and there happens to be a sad boy that lives there. And I kind of like the narration that he gives through this, where everything's metaphorical. It's not so much just about the house, but it's sort of when you are in a funk, when you are in a low, when you feel depressed or sad or anxious or all those things, your like surroundings really reflect that. And I feel like that's what Noah is saying here is like, I want to invite you over, but you have to know that this isn't how it's always going to be. Like, I'm in the business of losing your interest. I'm going to try really hard to like keep you interested in me, keep you invested in me. But the more that I talk, the more money I make, AKA the more you're going to lose interest in me because I'm trying so hard, but I promise that one day I'm going to be somebody. It's fucking sad. It's fucking sad. You want to hug them, but you also want to hang out and be like, dude, can I tell you my life story and you could just write it for me and that could be my biography? Okay, new perspective.
If I could fly, I doubt I'd even do it. I'd probably get high and crash into something stupid. You made Ohio feel just like Central Park. Ooh, this town's for the record now. The intersection got a target. And they're calling it downtown.
Wait, it kind of feels... So just based on that first lyrical section, one, I grew up in a small town. So like, I totally kind of get what he's saying here with the idea of like, oh, we got a new target. They're calling this downtown now. Fucking so real. Anyone who's grown up in a small town or like kind of a small town, you know, when it starts growing up, people start to think they're the shit. And I kind of feel like that's what he's saying here is I kind of wish that like you could see like your new perspective is sort of like, because of this that's happening, but it's not really much that's happening here, but you're getting like an ego. That's why I pick up on the first. I could be wrong, but I'm kind of getting that here.
It sings our song so out of key. Liberal rednecks get drunk when
Oh.
and mine's full of receipts. Ooh, this town's for the record now. The intersection got a target.
Okay, so actually what I see here is this is the perspective of somebody living in a small town that is being revamped, modernized. There's a lot that gets lost when that happens because these companies come in, these businesses come in, they put the high rises up, they put the mass apartment buildings, they put the Target, they put all these things. It's always a fucking Chick-fil-A. They do all of that, and it sort of like it takes away the sort of like closeness, intimacy, love of what it's like to be in a small town with the mom and pop markets and the families that have lived there for hundreds and hundreds of years, essentially, and all of those things. And it kind of like melts it away where you go from like living this small town life to like right into consumerism in your own backyard when this was always kind of your escape.
Ooh. This town's for the record now. The intersection got a target, and they're calling it downtown. You and all of your new perspective now.
Oh, dude, that's so sick. That's kind of like what I get out of this is it kind of seems like new perspective isn't necessarily like a good thing in this situation. You know, you've got your hometown, kind of the small town life, and you start to get like, you know, a little bit of the up and coming thing in your city. And suddenly people kind of forget all of the other values that the city kind of had or that your town kind of offered. And people start to get a little bit high and mighty in that as well. And I kind of like Noah just saying like all this is happening. I just want to shove it all in a closet, like get rid of it because it's taking away from the things that we always saw in this before, and it's bringing more people in, and it's kind of losing the sort of like appeal and personality that it has. It's kind of sad when you think about it, at least in America, where you only got to go like 5 miles down almost every fucking road, and it's just businesses, and it's never like the businesses you want. Like, it's not fucking mom and pop. It's not fucking like small business. No, it's Target, Best Buy, Walmart, fucking, it's always the same shit. And it starts to make the personalities of each town the same. It completely kind of like takes away whatever was special about that place. It's crazy. Okay. This next track is Everywhere, Everything.
In a horror movie, trust everyone we meet, that the sun was collapsing till the seas rose in the everywhere.
Yes.
Wanna love you to put food for the worms to eat till our fingers decompose. Keep my hand in yours.
Kind of sounds to me like when people say I'm with you till death, this is what that means to me, is like, if you think about like being, because he says like, you know, with their hands together till the end, the idea being everybody puts so much effort into all these things that we have in our lives, including the fact that when they die and they become soil, right? Like your body decomposes, you become soil, the worms eat you, the worms go back into the ecosystem. And before you know it, the things that are around us are kind of living, breathing, like images of people who were here before us. And it's pretty fucking incredible to think of it that way. I definitely have never really thought about it that way. It's kind of beautiful.
This county, maybe that ain't such a bad thing. I'll tell you where not to speed.
Man, that's one thing I fucking miss about living out, is that you do like, you're like your own fucking personal GPS. Like, you know everything, you know where the cops sit, you know where you should and shouldn't, you know, speed a little bit. It's fucking, it's a really beautiful thing. I have family that still lives like that. And anytime I get a chance to go see them, it truly is eye-opening for me, because it makes me appreciate that kind of life so much more than I did when I was growing up in it. You know, the grass isn't always greener.
That the sun was collapsing till the seas rose and the buildings came crashing. Decompose, keep my hand in yours.
Let's go. Yes. There it is. Let's go. Yeah, I'm fucking obsessed with this song. Just for so many reasons. Noah really he really narrates a piece of my life that was really defining for me. You know, I did grow up in rural Houston, and it's just incredible to kind of hear somebody speak about that small town life in the way that he does. But there's also the love aspect to this too, about like, no matter like, you know, until we are decomposing, until we're rotting, my hand will be in yours, meaning I'm going to be here for you, with you until the end. And there's something so beautiful about that in a small town, because you think about the fact that, and this happens everywhere, like even major cities, even New York City, the best city in my opinion. Even a city like that, you have to think about how many people came and went and gave what they could to that city, to give what they could to like a small town where you're farming and you're selling and you're doing all these things to build that up. And you go as far as you gave your entire life to that place, and then you died and you were buried there, and your life lives on because you become nutrients for that soil that happens to it truly makes just fuck, I'm like sweating because it's so beautiful. Like, it's just, there's so much to take in from that, because you don't realize just how deep the roots of a city can really go, of a town can really go. And I love how Noah narrates it so beautifully here. I'm not going to do Orange Juice only because I just did a like 10 or 12 minute video just on that song. So if you guys want to check that out, obviously it's on my YouTube channel. So the next track we're going to do is Strawberry Wine.
Remember telling me that you thought you were cursed by. I said love is fast asleep on a dirt road with your head on my shoulder now. Strawberry wine and all the time we used to have, and like love that makes him soft and sentimental, like a stranger in the park for a few moments.
I kind of like what he just said. No love defines a man like one that makes him soft and sentimental. I think that's so true. I think that society kind of has what they classify men should be. And like, if you're not that way, you're not a real man, right? And obviously that's stupid. But there is kind of that side of it where men are typically like, because of society, kind of like told to not be emotional and not be soft. You kind of always have to be the man, you know what I'm saying? And when you do find a love that makes you soft and sentimental, it kind of like, it doesn't matter what society has ever told you that it thinks you should be, you have no choice but to just be like, oh, come here. I think it's beautiful. Fuck, he has such a beautiful range in his vocal. I think if you've been watching the channel enough, you know I love a beautiful fade out like that. Typically, it's something that you kind of get at the end of an album, but I actually kind of like where it's at here, giving you like, I definitely have to listen to this song again. I will say that, just to catch the lyrics to really know what this song's about. So like the first half of the song, I definitely need to revisit to like try to grasp what I was listening to. But I love that there is this sort of like just instrumental break. And I like that Noah, he like sets the tone, he sets the mood, and then we get to just exist in it for a little bit. And I think there's something really beautiful about that because, you know, when it comes to music like this, especially with how much of like a storyteller he is, we get this sort of like world building aspect. And I kind of like that he like set us up. I mean, everything he's done in this album has set me up to where like, I feel like I am in his hometown. And then he just lets this play out. And he's got these beautiful runs vocally, you know, simple guitar, but it's beautiful. And it all just comes together so well. Next track that we're going to listen to is called Growing Sideways.
So I took my medication and I poured my trauma out on some sad-eyed middle-aged man's overpriced new leather couch.
Same.
And we argued about Jesus, finally found some middle ground. In my heart, I'm still angry at my parents for what their parents did to them, but it's a start.
Fuck. I'm still angry at my parents for what their parents did to them. This is big. This is fucking big because I'm angry at the way my parents treat me because of how their parents treated them, and it's fucked up.
Get what I felt in the first place.
I'm gonna cry.
End of the day,
No, I'm not.
I know there are worse ways. I'm terrified that I might never have met me. Oh, if my engine works perfect on empty, I guess I'll drive.
Noah is hitting me in a feeling that is just too fucking strong right now. Dear antidepressants, please don't let me cry.
I know there are worse ways to stay alive. 'Cause everyone's growing and everyone's healthy. I'm terrified that it's better to die numb than feel it all.
Fuck, stop.
But I ignore things and I move sideways till I forget what I felt in the first place. I might never have met me. Oh, if my engine works perfect on empty.
I like don't want to talk because I'm gonna cry. Oh no. Look at this. What the fuck? I have not been doing good mentally. Fuck. Yeah, I haven't been doing good mentally. And this song just fucking is very representative of everything that I feel, where I think what really hits me is the if my tank is empty but it works, like I'll keep going. And that's like how it feels. Like I'm fucking empty. Like it's Why do you have to do that? Like, why do you have to go and write that song and put it on here? Everything was going fine until then. But it's what it feels like. You feel stuck, but like, I'd rather be alive and numb, I guess, than to have to feel all the things that I feel. And it's why, like, you know, we get on medication and we get therapists and we do all these things to try to feel, and it just fucking sucks. And you never feel good. You just go. You just push. It's like, as a society, it's like, oh, you feel bad. You just fucking push. You gotta go. And I feel like it never stops. And it hurts. And Noah just fucking, like, literally wrote the most, like, I don't know. He wrote a song that is so symbolic of everything that I feel while still managing to be a beautiful song. But, like, how did he not cry singing this? Because, like, if you feel the way you wrote in that song, I know how that feels because I fucking feel it every day. Every day of my life, no matter how good the meds are, how good the therapy's going, it just fucking sucks. God damn it. Ugh. Well, it's a beautiful song. I like the song. I love the song. I'm going to listen to it again. Just maybe not with the camera on so that I can cry without having to hold back tears. This is my favorite place in the world, Halloween.
Worry for you, you worry for me, and it's fine if we know we won't change. That I started the fire and it starts to return to the earth. I'm leaving this town and I'm changing my
That backing harmony right here, oh man.
address. I know that you'll come if you want. There's a murder of crows in the low light off Boston, and I see your face in each one. I'm losing myself in the tiniest.
Man, that is one of the, like, biggest things that I love in music is writing from that perspective of when someone is no longer around, whether they died or they've broken up, whatever the case may be, they're no longer around, but the memory of them exists on everything. And so you are walking around consistently haunted by this person because every memory is triggered by every single thing. And you see them, as Have Heart has said, your face on every leaf of every branch of every tree. It's fucking beautiful.
It's not Halloween, but the ghost are dressed up as your nose had a haunt. Yeah, you know how to haunt.
Woo! Dude, I could just listen to Noah fucking hum for the rest of my life. Just how big this song feels. It's got this, you know, with this little bit of a haunting vibe, talking about the memories of this person or the memories of his past. Obviously, with some of these songs, I got to listen to more than once. But I love that there's this haunting feel to it. But at the same time, there's these really big instrumentals coming out. It really carries this song so much. And I feel like, going back to what I said about having somebody's memory kind of everywhere, that type of haunting, I feel like, is more scary or more hard to live with than the sort of haunting you would expect when you think of Halloween. I think that Noah is essentially living in Halloween every day, being haunted by the ghost of either his past or this person. And I think that itself was very difficult to go by because you can never get over it because it's always there. It's ever present. Okay, this next track is Homesick.
A lot of sense. This place is such great motivation for anyone trying to move away from hibernation. The roads named after high school friends, grandfathers, and mother. Dear, still don't know they could. I would leave if only I could find a reason.
Woo!
I mean, because I grew up in New England.
Interesting. So obviously I was picking that up throughout this entire track. He's being very critical of the place that he lives. He's kind of making fun of it, but making jokes about why people love it. And, oh, you're coming here just for the summer, but it's miserable all the other times. And this place can be such great motivation and all these things. And my favorite part is, like, I'm sick of, like, driving down roads that are named after, like, all these high school kids and all these things, right? But I kind of love that that didn't change. He's like, and I'm going to die in the house that I grew up in. I'm homesick. Not being homesick like I want to go home, being homesick like I'm sick of my home. I mean, if you think about it, Noah is only like a couple lyrics away, or maybe like a couple like instrumental changes away from this being just every pop punk song. Like, you got to hate your hometown, right? You got to get out of this town.
I can't make myself believe that. Spend the rest of my life with what could have been.
Yes, let's fucking go. I needed this after growing sideways. I love this. Such a change from what you hear when you hear Homesick. Most people are singing about how they've gone on and done all these things, but they just wish they were back in that hometown. And I love that Noah swapped that up. He's like, no, I've fucking been here forever. I'm going to live and die here. It's just where I'm at. I'm sick of being here. And I think it's so cool because, like, obviously he loves it or he wouldn't still be there, right? But also, I just love the nuances of those small town lives that he brings into music. He really puts together pieces of these towns and gives them meaning, gives them life. The smallest things, like what the streets are named after, like those kind of things are so ingrained in small town culture. And it's so cool that he just brings that to life. It makes me honestly like really respect him a lot. And also really look forward to what he has to offer because I'm such a fan, again, of that like small town kind of vibe. I just love that Noah's like, fuck it, I'm sick of this place. Okay, this next track is Still.
I'm still here with you.
Ooh.
It's like I'm still here with you. Like God was in the room. It's a bottomless hole I found out here with a trace of no one. In the past box of photos, I ripped myself open. I'm in bed and I'm wondering, callous but hoping.
Man, with a past box of photos, I ripped myself open. Because you just make all those memories come back to life.
I don't wanna say goodbye. It's like I'm still here with you. It's like I'm still here with you. Like I'm still here with you.
Oh, those instrumentals. Oh. That harmony.
I don't wanna say. I don't wanna say. I don't wanna say goodbye.
Fuck, those harmonies are so big right there. So this is such a wonderful example, tragic example, but a wonderful example of what happens when that love is over. And Noah's there in that house, tearing open a box of pictures and reliving those memories. I like what he says. I don't know if I'm calloused, or maybe he says like I'm calloused, but I'm hopeful. This idea being like this relationship ended and I'm putting myself through all of these memories and all of this shit. And like, it's almost like if I just like keep grasping onto these memories, if I just keep holding on to all these things that we did or the house we lived in or whatever those things, then like we're still kind of together, even if maybe that's not true. And I think the song is really just that moment of accepting that things are over sometimes, even though that's the hardest part. You can't move forward until you accept what the reality is. And I think for Noah right here, he is struggling to accept the fact that this relationship is no longer there. It's no longer present. And he stays still in this moment trying to hold on to something because he just can't let it go. And this becomes such a vicious cycle that people get stuck in because you can't move forward if you're still stuck in the past. It's impossible to do. I love that Noah's just very, very brutally honest about the emotions that he's feeling in each moment. It's why I think this album is so fucking good. But we have, alas, one more track. That is The View Between Villages.
Down the middle. For a minute the world
Woo.
seems so
Wait.
simple.
His vocal right there, listen to the way he says simple.
For a minute the world seems so simple. Feel the rush of my blood. I'm 17 again. I am not scared of death. I've got dreams again. It's just me in the curve of the valley, and there is meaning on earth. I am happy.
Don't do it. So Noah here is kind of giving us this mindset of I'm back to 17. I'm back to when I had hope in the world. I wasn't afraid to die. I had dreams of living. And most importantly, I'm out here and I'm happy. This is that moment before you experience all the shit that you're going to experience in your life, the heartbreak, the sadness, the evils of the world, and all these other things. But at this moment, you're 17, you've got dreams, life has meaning, and you're happy.
Over the bridge, a minute from
Fuck.
home, but I feel so far from it. Here the people I knew, they got me surrounded for a mile or two.
So what I kind of grasp from that right there is, you know, we again, flashback, he's 17, he has all these feelings. Now let's go to current time. He's traveling back to that same town, and all the things that happened to him at that time, after we had the reflective moment, right? So like now life has happened. Now he's traveling back to that town, and it's anger and it's rage and it's sadness and it's all the feelings that you have to feel, because those happen once you start that adult life and you start experiencing day-to-day existence and struggles and trauma and everything else. Now you look at that place completely different.
I'm back between villages and everything's still.
You have to have, for dramatic purposes, you have to have the fade out right there. I feel like this album is so much more than I had even expected. You know, I had heard of this artist, but I had no idea what the music was. I didn't know any of it. And I checked out Orange Juice the other day, and I felt something. I felt something that I hadn't felt with music in a long time. Something that was like very riveting. It really pulled you in, that storytelling aspect, something that I really loved, the world building, all those things Noah had. And so it's only been a couple days and I was like, I want to do the album. Like, I feel like I need to, because I really want to experience all the things that this artist has to offer. A lot of people are talking about him all the time. I want to know why. And I get it now. So going into this, again, I'm a fan of like Mumford & Sons. I love Taylor's like Folklore and Evermore. Like, I love all that storytelling, singer-songwriter type style of music. Noah really knocks it out of the park here, because you can tell he's dealt with a lot in his life, both personal struggles and just things that he's gone through. And he is able to put that into words that are so beautiful, and they make you just want to hang on to every note. I feel like with singer-songwriter stuff, I'm a little bit hesitant to do reactions to sometimes, because I feel like it's not, everything's kind of based on emotion, right? It's based on feel. And sometimes, like, when it comes to reactions, like I don't have like a lot to say at each time. It's just, I'm taking it in and then I talk about it. And so with singer-songwriter stuff, I get a little bit like hesitant to like do a full album reaction, but then I do one and I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing. I can talk about the emotions I'm getting from these songs and sum them up after each time. And I really love that. He has this really beautiful way of putting together these small towns and what that is like, and how like you grow up in these places and then you go experience the world, and like just how different the rest of the world is, especially if you go to like big cities, Boston, New York, San Francisco. You do not get that kind of like intimacy and love. I mean, you get love in those things, but it's not in this like close-knit type of way like Noah puts together here. And I grew up in one and I know how it is, and it's beautiful. And also when you're there, you're homesick, you hate it. Like it really is that way. And I think it's so, like, I would love to sit down and just talk to him about life like this, because I feel like I could relate on so many levels. Another thing that I really love about this though is the way that he conceptualizes kind of the beauty of like everywhere, everything. So talking about those small towns again, and just like the blood, sweat, tears, and actual like body decomposition that all goes together in this circle to continue building this place that you live and that you love and that you eat from the land and all these things. And it's very beautiful. His conversations about love in this. Obviously, Noah at some point was really going through it. There are numerous songs here about a relationship that is over and him trying to move past it. Lot of pieces that come together. Things that really stick out to me though, like I like All My Love. I like the idea of, hey, whatever happened with us, there's no bad blood. It's just all love I give to you. And then you hear like She Calls Me Back and you're like, damn, Noah, like I just want to like tell you that like you don't have to live your life like this. Like you can't wait at someone's like beck and call for you to be able to have significance or importance or life. You are complete all by yourself. You don't need anyone else. But it's so hard when you're in the moment of that to ever see that. And I know because I've experienced it. Obviously, like with Still as well, like being stuck in this cycle of like, I can't move on until I admit that it's happening. But if I just stay in this, even though I'm sad and I'm being haunted by all of this, I'd rather live that. I gotta say that the song that has the biggest impact though, to me, obviously, I think y'all saw, Growing Sideways, because I haven't heard somebody write a song that I felt so connected with in so long about what I'm going through or like what I go through. And I think Noah did it very well here. I like that he is just so vulnerable and so like okay with just putting his dirty laundry out there. It's not really dirty laundry, but you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't want to talk about this kind of stuff. And I love that he does, one, because you got a fan out of me, dude. Like that right there is fucking real. And I wish more people talked about it, especially talked about it as elegantly as he does. Like it's beautiful. It's heartbreaking, but it's fucking real. And people actually go through that, myself included. And I just love that so much. So basically, I mean, I could sit here and just talk about every song all day, but what I want to say is that this album is very cohesive. There are a couple traumas that he's kind of dealing with through this, and those themes tend to come up over and over again. And I love that because while not having to have one specific theme, just that sort of like Northern attitude, I think really sets it off of what you're going to feel throughout this. So he's got a beautiful vocal. I love that these instrumentals, while they're toned down, they are still very heavy in a lot of sense. There's a lot of soundscape, the atmosphere that he builds in this, the dynamics of the instrumentals, everything is just amazing. And to top it off, again, Noah's vocals, truly fucking incredible. The range that he goes into is amazing. I love the falsettos that he kind of like lives in a lot of pieces. Sometimes he'll just have this run and then go to a note that is just like so up there, but then all that emotion comes with it, and the guitar and the drum goes with it, and before you know it, whatever emotion you had was just elevated to a whole nother level. I love this. I hope you guys smash that like button on YouTube 1,000 times so that we can do the bonus tracks to this as well, because I feel like even though like it was 14 tracks, I still could have had more. Like I still could have heard a couple more. I was always like anticipating what the next track was going to be and what we were going to get out of it. Like what was the theme of this? What are we going to feel? Am I going to cry again? Like that kind of shit is fucking amazing to me. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you go over to Patreon. Links in the description. It's only $3 to sign up. And you can check out this album as a full uncut album reaction. Nothing is cut out. If you guys want to do that, that tends to be what a lot of people really enjoy. There are like 99 albums over there that you can do that with, and I'll be doing a lot more album reactions. So if you guys want to do that, it'd mean the world to me if you supported that. Links in the description. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your top 3 tracks. I will tell you that mine was All My Love, Everything Everywhere, and Growing Sideways. So let me know in the comment section how you guys are feeling about those. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I almost have 300,000 subscribers. That's kind of cool. Doesn't really matter, but it is kind of cool. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.